This one's just a quick one tonight. I'll show you guys a line card from a GTD5 switch from a telephone switching office. They swapped out a bunch of cards at work. This one went in the bin. I grabbed it to show it off. This is the line card from a GTD5 telephone exchange. This is the card that connects the analog telephone lines to the digital world on the GTD5, which is a digital switch. So this is the analog front end that goes to your house. And each one of these cards will support 8 customers. So we've got 8 relays there. 8 more relays here, and I believe these are switches. These are also a type of relay, if I'm not mistaken. But there's 8 of them. And what these relays do in their various configurations is when you pick up your phone, it senses that you've picked up your phone and connects you to the system. A relay will close, will generate your dial tone. You dial your numbers either with a rotary phone, which is pulses, or with a touch tone. And this might be, I don't know anything about these because this is beyond my field. I just got this out of the recycle bin at work. At the office that I work out of, or I shouldn't say the office I work out of, but out of the compound I work out of, the office still is using a GTD5 switch. So the remainder of the relays on there, I'm not 100% sure, but I imagine that probably one set of relays detects when you pick your phone up to make an outgoing call. Another set probably detects if you are using a rotary dial phone to detect the pulses. A third set of relays probably connects your line for an incoming call for when the phone is ringing. And the fourth set, because you see those big relays along the edge of the board, those I think are also relays. The fourth set probably switches in and out the ring generator. I'm guessing because I know nothing about it, but there's as you can see, there are 4 distinct sets of 8 relays on the board. Now recently what happened is one of our switching offices in another town, they built a new office and they decommissioned the old GTD5 switching hardware that was in this little sub-remote office. They replaced it with a DMS 100. And all the old cards were in much better shape than out of this office that I work out of. So what they did is they pulled all the line cards out of this decommissioned office that had been upgraded to a DMS 100 type switch, and they started pulling all the oldest cards. So what happened is all the oldest generation of line cards at the office I work out of ended up going back for recycling, and they swapped them out to newer ones. So this card that we're looking at here, this is one of the first generation GTD5s, at least out here. It's fairly old. But I thought this was kind of neat to show this off. Lots of good parts, I'm sure, on here that I can certainly make use of. All these relays would be nice. I don't know what the coil voltage is on these, so they might be 48 volt coil. Because of course most of the phone network stuff is all 48 volts. So it's a 48 volt coil. They're not as useful as say they would be if they were a 12 volt coil. But they're not like just standard double pole, double throw relays. There's a lot of contacts in these things. Looks like they're 4-pole double throw relays, each one of these ones. But lots of cool stuff on here. Look at these modules here. You know, these are all soldered down to the board, but this thing's also heavy. This thing weighs about 5 pounds. Look at our chips on here. They're mounted on these glass sub-assemblies. I don't know what that is. It's almost like that's something that can come off of it. You know, they mounted the chips here. You know, they take just 5 or 6 chips. So there's 5 chips on here, and they just tack them down to one of these ceramic painted boards, where they just painted the copper onto the one side of it. There's nothing on the back side, and then just set the chips in place and soldered them down. No sockets, no nothing. Yeah, love this. These are the modules we used to hate, but in this application, these switches have been very reliable. But anyway, there's not really a heck of a lot to see. I just figured I'd show you guys this thing's got some big caps on here, and a bunch of ICs, bunch of controls, so that each circuit could be set up. I would imagine this is the analog to digital conversion, and vice versa for each line. So there's 8 of them, right? Got 8 of these for the 8 lines, and 8 of these ones. 8 of everything, because this operates for 8 analog lines. But anyway, that's a look at that card. As you can see, that circuit board is beautiful. Very well done. And the neat thing about these is they can be hot swapped. So, technician running tests comes up with a failed card. He can just walk right up to the card, pull it out of the system, and plug it back in. August '84. That's when the warranty expired on this. Don't know what the warranty would have been on the card, but if the warranty expired August '84, this is an early '80s card, and that makes sense. This is probably one of the original cards, because the office that feeds the city where I live, the town I'm in here, they went to the GTD5. It was probably 83, maybe 82, 83. We had touch-tone phones prior to that, and when you dialed with a touch-tone phone, there was a tone to rotary encoder that you would, when you dialed the number, as you pressed the buttons on your phone, you'd hear it going tick 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 tick, and you'd hear the relay clicking on your line. That was done when they first introduced touch-tone. That was done, and then they switched the whole entire system over to the GTD5, and that would have been, I'm thinking 82, 83 was the year that the transition was complete. And this having a warranty expire in August of '84, it probably had a 2, maybe a 3-year warranty. I don't know what the warranty would have been, but anyway, that's about right. So that's how old this card is, and it's been in service since the early '80s, and just recently was taken out of service. Anyway, I thought you guys might like it. You can tell I picked it out of the garbage because it's got pine needles in it. There's a pine tree sitting over the recycle bin where I grabbed this from. Anyway, I figured I'd show you guys this. I thought maybe you guys might find this kind of interesting. That's about it for this one. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.